Hey, what's up, my people? How you doing? My name is Dalton, and this is my channel. Now, today I got something really special going on, all right? And I'm going to do a review of a company that a lot of people are talking about called SHEIN. SHEIN, I believe it is. And it's kind of like Tumu or Wish. Now, I'm going to tell you some important things, and this is going to be a two-part video on the same video. The first one is my review, the second one is my rant. All right, so here we go. Now, before I go on, as you know, I always like to say hello to all my new and existing subscribers. I ask you to give this video or any of my videos you like in my playlist a thumbs up. I ask you to share it, all right? And I love your comments. Now, on with the show. Forgive my allergies, so I sound a little different. All right, now, I wanted to try the SHEIN out for a long time. So I decided to buy 3 small items. And I tell you what, the buying process was really smooth. And of course, if you use the app and you're a first-time buyer, you get this huge discounts and you can gain points and all this other stuff. And you can learn more about that from other videos, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, as well as security procedures you really should take. Now, this is what I bought. I bought an antenna. That's right, for my digital television. Why? Because my cat Caesar decided out of nowhere that my antenna was gonna be his new play toy. So I bought the antenna. Now, the price was super cheap. I actually got it at a super discount because I was the first time buying on the app. All right, and with the taxes and shipping, this antenna didn't cost me no more than $6. That's right, you heard me right, $6. And that's lower than any in-store antenna I could have found. All right, now let's do a quick unboxing. Here it is. And here's the antenna. Very nice. Let's take it out of the package. Definitely an upgrade from the one I had that Caesar's been attacking. So you got all the wiring you need. This is the base, okay? As you can see. And it's real easy to put together. It's real simple. And here's the antenna. So it's super, super simple to put together. I'm not gonna do it right now. You got the proper plugs you need. Believe you need the this right here only if you want the LED lights that comes with this antenna. A lot of times you got to have that if you want that, but the antenna most likely probably work as long as you got the plug into your digital television. Super long cord, and which is super important. Okay, you want a super long cord for one main reason, and that is if you need to move your antenna like closer to a window or somewhere else in your house or apartment, you can actually do that with it to get a better reception. And one last piece, it's right here, as you see that? Okay. So that's the unboxing for that. And I got 2 other items from them, not very high price, that I really liked the condition of, okay? And it was really, really good. And now those other 2 items, it didn't take no longer than about a week for them to get it to me, which I thought was awesome. Because I know back in the day when I used Wish, it could take a month to a month and a half, and I know they've gotten better at that now, but it could take forever. But this only took about a week, okay? Now, I mean, the other 2 items only took about a week. The problem with this item, it took a little bit over 2 weeks to get to me, that small item. And that was annoying. Now, let me get something straight. That was not SHEIN's fault, okay? And also on that item, good quality, all metal, excellent condition, okay? It was a good buy. Now, getting the item, this was not SHEIN's fault at all. So this is my rant. Getting the item came to the United States Postal Service mail. They lost that item I just showed you. Yes, they lost it. So it took over 2.5 weeks to get it. This is not the first time the United States Postal Mail has messed up my stuff, okay? Or even stolen my packages. That's right. My best friend one year sent me this package full of clothes and everything for my birthday. It was nice, expensive, okay? Mysteriously, even the lady was baffled by it, because mysteriously, while I was going through United States Postal and I had the tracking number, all of a sudden it just disappeared during the transit, okay? And even the postal help, I went to 2 levels of postal help, and they literally sent me there so they can document it. And looked like somebody in the post office decided, because if you don't know, they can scan your stuff and see what you got in there. That's why you don't send money through the post, through the mail, because those checking it out can scan and see it's cash, and then whenever it gets to its destination. Okay, the United States Postal Service, my experience has been awful. Okay, so that package disappeared, poof, gone. It baffled everything. They even put a investigation. Someone in the Postal Service took it. When I lived, I think I was in Texas, I sent my mom a computer because her computer died. I sent her, I put one together, sent it to her through the United States Postal Service. The United States Postal Service took upon themselves to take apart that computer and mess it up so bad that when I took a trip to see her, to see what was going on, I couldn't even fix it. So either they know how to tear things apart and look through it and don't know how to put it back together, don't have the technical knowledge of putting it back together, or they just don't care. And then, so I was like, okay, I gave them a slide, said maybe something happened through it, I sent her a second one, got my money, put a second computer together, sent it to her. They did the same thing. And this time, it was so messed up that some of the components was bent. Like the graphics card and all this other stuff, it was bent inside. They took it apart. So the third time, I used UPS. And it got there safely, on time, intact, and worked great. Which is one of the reasons I would suggest, if you can, I know money's tight, if you can't afford it, they usually give you options to use, cost a little bit more, UPS or FedEx or something like that. I would do that. I mean, you have a better chance, almost a guarantee, that your package is going to get to you. But you know, use the United States Postal Service. Let me give you another story. I moved to Butler, Pennsylvania, okay? And some of my stuff, and I'll never do this again, some of my technical stuff I put in a box with some of my DVDs and stuff. The guy, he got to Butler, the postman said he could not get into our security door. So he takes my package and gives it to, like, the business next door was like a combination, I think beauty salon and other stuff. And I'm trying to track down this package because I had some very valuable tech in there, right? And I actually bumped into him and he told me that he gave it to that place because he couldn't get it into my place. Yeah. So one day, and I go in there a couple times, ask them if they ever got the package, and of course, no, I never got it. So one time I see him, he goes in there, he comes out with a plate of food, right? I mean, so I actually found out that he had a girlfriend in there. And there was a couple packages, not just mine, that ended up getting lost. And he would take it there. Okay? And this is the United States Postal Service, you know. And I made a police report and everything on that, but you know, that ain't going anywhere. So I'm just telling you, my experience with the United States Postal Service has been always very low. Matter of fact, Amazon has such a problem with them that they don't use them all the time. They have their own delivery service. Sometimes it can go through the United States Postal Service, but majority of times they try to use their own delivery service because they know there's a better chance it's going to get to you. And they know what goes on inside the facilities of the United States Postal Service. And believe me, trying to track down a package through the United States Postal Service, you got a lot of red tape, okay? So that's my review of SHEIN. Great so far. Always, whether it's SHEIN, Wish, Temu, any foreign entities that you're shopping from, always take security measures and use your common sense. One, never save your credit card or debit card so you can reuse it on there. Never, because you got the option of saving it. And some places do it by default. Uncheck that. Do not save your credit card information on there. Number two, buy a prepaid debit card that you're just going to use for that. And it will not connect to your bank or, you know, or anything like that. It's a prepaid and you just load up the money that you plan on spending on that card and no more. Therefore, if that card is ever hacked, they're not getting any money from it. Okay? So, and there's a lot of other things that you can learn from different videos, YouTube, Facebook, whatever you like to go to. They could tell you security steps to take, okay? But my experience has been straight up on board, okay? And except for the United States Postal Service, everything I ordered, I got, and it was of really good quality. It was as advertised, all right? But again, like I said, always security is first. I know we get excited, especially around Christmas time, security first, okay? Making sure that things are secure. Now, another thing is lead. When it comes to the clothing, most of the clothing for adults, even teenagers, is okay. But for kids, no. In China, they have a different recommendation of lead that's allowed into clothes and things than we do here in the United States. Ours is lower, theirs is much, much higher. Okay, especially when it comes to kids' clothes. So you want to be careful buying kids' clothes from SHEIN because it's a good chance it has a lot of lead in it, and that's not good for the child, especially growing up. Okay, I have not heard bad things about their teenager or adult clothing, you know, but the kid clothes, I have heard things that have been alleged that they have high lead content for the kids' clothes. So be careful with that. All right. So that is my review. I hope you enjoy it. Hope you stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.